Could the Colossal Titan be the key to winning everything? So what's up guys, Foxen here. Not war, but a great Titan war is coming. Sure, you now have Eren and Zeke on the same team. For now anyways. But what if it's not the Jaeger brothers, but Armin that'll be the key to winning this whole war? I've been wanting to talk about Armin and his role as the Colossal Titan for a while. Now that you got a better idea as to just what the hell has been going on after the time skip, let's take a look. As you watch this, wonder about whether Armin could be the key to achieving that special ending. What is that ending? Well, you'll see in a little bit. Of course, one of the key things is Armin's role as their god of destruction in the upcoming war. Thankfully, Armin as this colossal beast has quite a few advantages. Starting off is the colossal nuke that's already been used in the Marley War. I think it goes without saying, but this thing has massive destructive potential. Just ask Marley about that. How are they doing right now after the Survey Corps left? Or should I say after they got wrecked? Another key advantage to this is the actual Titan Shifter human. In this case, Armin. Funny enough, Armin's small size is an advantage. To get an idea about this, it's actually similar to what Armin already did to Marley, which is pretty easy for a single soldier to sneak into places or areas. Even if Armin gets stopped or cornered, he could just rain hell on the area with his god of destruction. This just means the Colossal Titan holder is pretty much a one-man army. All that Armin needs to make sure of is to accidentally not get shot in the head. You could heal, but you're not Deadpool. But anyway, let's go back to the actual beast. Once this thing transformed, the Colossal Titan still has the power to make the area a total wasteland. This is also something that Armin demonstrated in the recent Marley chapters. After Armin's initial transformation, he was still walking around, just flattening and destroying anything that remained alive. Another key thing for Armin's Colossal is actually something from Season 1, the Colossal Titan Smoke, or Smoke Screen. This thing could be used as protection or, like Armin has used it, as a type of diversion. I really do think that after Armin unleashes Colossal Titan, he was also releasing the gas shortly after transforming. This way, Hanji's blimp had some cover so they could enter Marley easily. Finally, let's not forget about the brains behind the current holder of the Colossal Titan, the one that's succeeding Erwin in commanding this beast. I could guarantee you that Armin had some fun finding other useful ways to use this almighty Titan. I mean, just think about it, Armin had to practice somewhere using those explosive nukes, somewhere on the island. I'd bet that Hanji was even gladly helping out too. What this special thing that Armin came up is still a question, but I'm sure Isayama is going to keep it a mystery for now, until the final Attack on Titan arc. So those were just some of the key things for Armin in the upcoming war. But let me mention that Armin is not overpowered. There are some limitations and disadvantages for him. To start off, you have the physical limitation of the Colossal Titan holder. This thing seems to naturally require a massive amount of energy by the user. You could go ahead and look back at Burden Attack on Titan Season 2 for evidence for this. Perhaps you could lower this limit or restriction after some training, similar to Eren. Or perhaps Armin could use a Colossal Titan in a different way, such as a partial transformation that you saw in Season 2 on top of the wall. What this really boils down to is that for whatever fight is coming up, Armin better not waste this. Otherwise, he's just going to be left with his pants down when the real threat shows up. Another key limitation or restriction is actually Armin himself. So far, it doesn't seem like Armin is too happy with all the people that he's been killing. After devastating the Marley area, you did have Armin reflecting on whether Bert saw this too, which supports this. Armin may not be 100% on board with killing more, especially if it's not for self-defense. Another side to this is that Armin may not fall again for Eren's manipulation. In this latest chapter, you had Armin reflecting about not fully understanding Eren anymore. It's very likely that Eren didn't even consult his best buddy Armin before he took action. Going forward, this will really chain up Armin as he keeps on questioning whether or not what they're doing is correct. You can be sure that he's going to question his faith and trust in Eren going forward. I see Armin reflecting back on this constantly, up until the end of the series, and perhaps the finale of Eren himself. This actually brings me to an extreme scenario, which really depends on what happens going forward. So here's a question, will Eren go rogue again, either by his own choosing, or in a plan constructed by the Beast Titan? What will happen in a scenario where the Survey Corps loses their Titan power? At that time, they're really only going to be left with one option. That's right. The only one that could possibly stand a chance at taking out the Warhammer founding Attack Titan would be the God of Destruction, the Colossal Titan. Attack on Titan is a shonen series, and so far you've already seen a rift form between Eren and Armin. The finale for Attack on Titan could include this type of standoff between old friends. Armin's Colossal Titan versus Eren's founding Warhammer Attack Titan. Perhaps with a little bit of Beast Titan too, depending on what Eren's done at that point. Of course, Isayama has mentioned not liking cliches, and Attack on Titan as a whole has avoided going down some obvious shonen tropes. Then again, it is impossible to avoid every single one of these, especially if you want your viewers or readers entertained. Either way, I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I should do a full video talking about Eren versus Armin's mindset on this war. But back to Armin, the special ending finale that he wants. What could it be? I know it may sound a little cheesy, but it's peace, and to some extent freedom, true freedom. Armin as a little kid wanted to see the ocean one day. Unfortunately, his wish got corrupted. The reality he faces now for getting that wish is killing others and being at war with the world. Going forward as a Colossal Titan and also filling the role that Erwin left behind, Armin will fight for that peaceful outcome for the future. I'm sure it exists in one of these possible timelines. Maybe. Anyway, more important, let me hear from you now. Do you think Armin will be the key to ending this Titan War and achieving peace, especially as a Colossal Titan? If not, what do you think will bring the end to this? Will it be an overpowered Eren as a Warhammer founding Beast Attack Titan? Or is it a third option? Anyway, definitely give us a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. You can watch 5+ anime videos here every week. That includes a ton of Attack on Titan videos. By the way, be sure to click that bell icon too if you want to get notified. Recently, YouTube made some changes, so if you don't have that set up, you may not see the video right away, or at all. So get that set up and I'll see you guys later.